Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Daniel Johnson from the Venza Dutch office. Always glad to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Joining me, as always, from the U.S. office, Sean Shields. Say hi to the people, Sean. There he goes. So we've got a couple of veterans. They are ready to give their raw reaction to find out just how good these guys can think on their feet. We will find out in a few moments that they're sweating it. But before we do that, let's find out who is giving their reactions. Hannu, why don't you start with yourself? Please let the folks know who you are.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Hannu Vahokoski. I'm the founder and CEO of Hotelway, which makes guest communication for the hotels, and mostly we do hospitality-specific chatbots.
Fantastic. Good to have you back, my friend.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're doing well.
Glad
Marco,
to be here.
tell us about yourself. All right.
Hello,
Marco.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Marco Correia. I am partner and co-founder of the Hotel Hospitality Knowledge. We are an agency specialized in digital marketing and IT consulting for hospitality. And very glad to be here again.
Good to see you, my brother. All right. So you guys know how this works. We're gonna put something on the screen and get your reaction. We'll put it up there and ask you a question, and we'll see what you guys think. Whenever you're ready, Sean. Okay. So now what I've done is thrown a little bit of curveball at you guys. We don't usually do this. We don't usually go back to the same piece of article or somethings for multiple reaction videos, but we did it this time because this is the European Council Commission of Travel Commission research that they've done with regards to COVID and to get people's a sense of where people are, their sentiment towards travel within the European Union. And there's just so much to unpack in this article. So I wanted to refer to a couple things here. So now Sean is sharing this one screen, and I wanted to point out that first bullet point. No factor is more important than flexible cancellation policies for travel decisions. What do you, if that's the case, if that's the throttle that our industry can use in order to coax the people to have the courage to do that travel that they want to do so badly, but if they're reluctant and resistant, what do you think that the industry can do? Any ideas around cancellations, communications around cancellations, all of that, or not even the cancellations themselves, just their policies, and to assure people? What are your thoughts, Marco? Why don't you go first?
Well, the first is interesting that this is a big factor, because I think that we as an industry, we should have learned from wave one, from what happened in March and April and further, right? If you think about, I think that super flexible cancellation policies has to be like no penalty. I think at the moment we cannot be picky, and we have to accept a no penalty cancellation policy day of arrival, Yeah. And the second, and this was very discussed, and everyone on the industry that was trying to get to Berlin to ITB when all this craziness started, is not only the cancellation, because the cancellations, they were there, is the refund policies, because that's the second part to the story, right? I think that has to be crystal clear, and we have to adapt the retail, the retail approach, that is, you can cancel, no questions asked, and see you soon when you can travel. Otherwise, we have someone else will do it, and the client will go away.
Yeah. I can't disagree with anything you said. Yeah. Hannu, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's I've actually I think most of the hotels that I've been discussing with are pretty good with the flexible cancellation, but what their challenge is how they communicate about it. I mean, I think all the hotels they have, like, you can cancel your trip like at least 24 hours before you arrive, maybe even someday, but they just don't say it anywhere. They should advertise it everywhere, saying book safely. You can cancel if your plans change, you get sick, or whatever happens. There are restrictions. I know this will sound a little bit like advertisement, but chat, for example, a chatbot would be a really nice idea on the way to do that. Of course, you could put a big sign on your website as well, but somewhere they are just usually very poor communicating this.
Yes, that's a fact. Can I add? And you mentioned the chatbots, and like, I'm not selling chatbots, I can speak about that. I think it's a great channel to, because sometimes this is hidden somewhere in the depth of the website, or is not crystal clear, and the chatbot should be trained and prepared to reply to questions and queries about cancellations, like crystal clear, no doubts. Otherwise, again, there is a risk for the client to depart. And the chatbot is there. Why should I be browsing the website and looking where the cancellation policy if I have something there asking me if it can help me, if I want to pose such a simple question? I think it's a great channel to be automatically communicate that in a consistent and multi-channel way.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Sean,
say better.
Sean, if you wouldn't mind going to page 39 of that. I think I told you the wrong page. 39. This to me is astonishing when we look at it, because this is the showing some of the other things that are on people's minds, and that flexible cancellation policies, getting more than they're like pre-flight rapid testing. I mean, there's some complexity with the technology around testing, and something as it's really based on just human communications, as flexible cancellation policies and the communication of those policies, crafting them. Yes, there is the it's involved in executing on a cancellation within an organization, but that's very accessible human systems that we can utilize, and it's so important to people.
Yeah. And that shows that we as industry didn't pass the message. If this is still a concern,
exactly.
If
it's still a concern that we have that is the result of a failure to communicate it.
That's a very that's a surprise. This is a surprise that still people is number two. It's number two factor. It's crazy, right?
Behind finding a vaccine. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, I would imagine that would have imagined that the vaccination would be like way times more popular reason than this one. But yeah, it shows how poorly the communication is done, I guess, because that's still kind of an issue.
Yeah, and looking at these factors are really super interesting. And one interesting factor is that the capability of the locations to manage COVID is going down the list. I think that everybody has understand that this is not fully controllable by any state or any city or any. So it's interesting that it's down the list.
Yeah, people are thinking, I know the risks are the etc. I just need to know before I put my euros into, before I book that room, that I've got control over.
I'm not going to lose my money.
That's right. Well, very great to have you gentlemen in our conversation, and I appreciate everyone listening to this reaction video. And Sean, before we part, any input, anything you want to share?
Okay, booking a room. All right, everybody gets a separate room because I can't stand them anymore. Wait a minute. What's a cancellation policy? Chatbot, what is your cancellation policy? Chatbot says you should worry about a vaccine, not a cancellation policy. Thanks, Chatbot.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, appreciate you guys. Everyone,
Great.
thank you. Be safe out there.
Okay,
Marco,
thank
Hannu, love
Thank
chatting
you,
with you
sir.
fellas.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Have a good one.
See you next time.